Woo! I'm excited. I'm on a road trip to go hiking. Well, hi and welcome to Murrindindi, I think that's how you pronounce it, National Park, about an hour's drive from where I live. Here in Australia now, most of the states, we are allowed to go out hiking, fishing and a few other things, social things that we can do. We also can have 5 people at a place, friends or family. So they're relaxing our laws a tiny bit. We still have to stick to social isolation rules, but a little bit of freedom. So for those of you who can't get out in different countries, sorry, but I just thought I'd take you with me anyway, show you around this place. I haven't been here before. It's friggin' freezing. My hand is freezing. I've got the glove off so I could turn the camera on and blah blah blah. But anyway, we're going up to the waterfalls here. It's a circuit of about 3 hours, so I'm excited, of course. Freedom at last. A get out of jail free card. So let's get on with this walk. Wallaby just in the background there, checking me out, and I'm checking him out. Oh, have a look at this. This big tree, it's been burnt out. This place has had a lot of fires over the generations, as you can imagine. In a storm, this would be awesome. Get out of the wind and the rain for a little bit. Catch your breath. Awesome. It's even got a cute little ass on it. Interesting start to the trip. Hardly got out the car. That is a blue-tongued lizard, a baby one. They grow at about 300 millimeters, a bit over that. Why this one's trapped out in the middle of the track, have no idea. Beautiful, beautiful looking lizard. Awesome. Find a nice warm place for him. Well, I'm enjoying this walk. And I'm enjoying it even more now, so, because I start off, you're all excited about being somewhere different. I'm looking around and seeing things to film as I'm going along. And then all of a sudden, the battery goes flat on the camera. I thought, oh, I won't worry. I can hear the waterfall. You can hear it now. Getting closer to it, and yeah, I was thinking I won't worry about putting the new battery in. I'll just keep going. Then all of a sudden, nature hit me in the head. Wake up yourself. It doesn't matter how long you take. There's no rush. Slow down. So I'm taking her advice. I put a new battery in the camera, obviously. Taking my time. Soak it all in. Tip for the day. Bit windy on the microphones. I'll swap over to my lavalier kit in a minute. But have a look. Photo opportunity, we'll get the camera out. Find a good spot. It's bloody freezing there. The wind's ripping through that valley there. Unbelievably cold. Oh, it doesn't take much for my hands to freeze. So what I'm doing is going up to the top, see where there's another viewing platform up there. It said don't climb on the rocks, they're slippery and dangerous. Derek saw a really good composition. I wanted to get there. Gave it a little bit of a try, slipped straight into the water with my foot. So that's cold and wet too. See at the top, see if we can find somewhere to take another photograph of this waterfall. I just thought I'd stop and take in this beautiful view. The track starts winding around. It doesn't look like I can get to the waterfall up the top. Not that I can see anyway. Far too slippery, dangerous to try and cut across at any stage. Very steep here. But yeah, just thought I'd take the moment. Soak up the atmosphere before we go around the other side of the mountain range here and along the rest of the trail. So what was happening down there with the waterfall was creating its own breeze. Man, it was friggin' icy. Starting to warm up after that little climb up the hill here. Doesn't take much to warm up, but I couldn't stand it anymore down there. I am a wuss when it comes to the cold. But anyway, I always carry bits and bobs in my backpacks, like belts, just in case. You never know what you might need it for. Or a tourniquet if you get bitten by a snake or you cut yourself badly, all those sort of things. But I needed it for my pants. Now normally, there's a belt. Normally I don't use a belt for these because they fit perfectly. But because I've worn them for the whole week when I come home from work, first thing I put on is these. They sort of loosen up a bit. So I keep riding down a little bit. Am I waffling? Are you interested in this? Probably not. Well, I'm in luck. You can get to the waterfall up the top, not the bit that I wanted. This looks nice, back up there. I think I'd get a really nice shot. Well, I've had a bit of fun there. time to move on. Hopefully there's some nice images there. Looked alright. Another tip I have for you is, as you're walking along, I like to take little sips every now and then, maybe every half an hour once you really start walking. With the bladder is my preferred way of doing it, not with bottles. I prefer just to have the bladder here, little mouthpiece ready, little sucks, often every half an hour or so. This way you don't get great big gulps of water and make your tummy upset and all those sort of things. So it's always better, in my opinion, with one of these tiny little sip every 15 minutes or every half an hour or so. We've got bloody wasps up here. They're everywhere you go in Australia now. And they devastate the insect population, the native insect population. Hate them. How quiet is this? Beautiful. I'm along the back of the mountain range on the other side of where I was earlier with the waterfall, and it's just so peaceful. There's a touch of a breeze. Rosella above me chirping away, probably shit on me if I don't move soon. Yellow robins, bees, lots of bees. The trees, the gum trees are flowering at the minute. It's awesome. Just thought I'd share that with you. It's so peaceful. That's all. Good morning. Morning. Morning.
You from Stars?
There's something I'd like to discuss with you guys. I've been thinking about this for a little while. And with making my wildlife documentary, I've been learning over the years, doing an apprenticeship, trying to buy equipment so that I can be really professional. You know, there's music to buy. You know, there's a heap of other things. Someone who can go over my scripts that I'll write for this documentary and make sure that it sounds very poetic, better than what I can do. I know I'm getting better in that department, but I really need someone to go over it and make sure that it'll be right. So these things look like they're going to cost me money, and it's taking me so long to get where I am now. I think it's time for me to swallow my pride and see about getting a Patreon website going. Do you know what Patreon is? Well, apparently it's been going on for 1,000 years or so, and that is with people giving an artist or, you know, a singer, something like that, money to keep them going, to get more professional with their art form. So sponsoring is what I'm talking about. So what do you think? Would you guys be interested in that? I'd like to hear your comments, and, you know, sponsoring me with this documentary. There'll be some things that I'll do for you in return, you know. So, say if you pledge $100 or more, you can take over my show. Well, not entirely, but tell me what you want me to do, what you're really interested in and want me to do a video on. Those sort of things. So I'll still give you something back in return, but you'll be helping me create that documentary. So there's something you could be proud of as well as me. So me looking at doing this, I'm not really sure, but I have to swallow my pride and ask for some help, I think, to speed things up so we can do it properly. Alright, so tell me what you think. If you think it's a good idea, or even that you may be interested in helping me out with that cause, comment in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts. That's all. That's all I was after. Well, I'm back in my beautiful office because the car park was just chock-a-block with people, loud and boisterous. Even sitting in the car to try and finish off the video, to speak to the camera, you know, people walking past speaking loudly, I thought, go back home, finish off the video. Here, that's what we're doing right now. All right, so the walk was really good. It was a grade 4, quite enjoyed it. Lots of funguses on the trails, and there was also like a heath plant, shrub that was in flower. So I'm not sure what that represents, because whenever I see plants in here and trees flowering, there's always something going on. They mark an event. Don't know what it's marking there, but there'll be something going on there, I'm sure. So that was interesting, and then walking up to the waterfall. But I couldn't find anything that really interests me. It's too much chaos, far too much going on. So I isolated a little spot, little patches, you know, see whether that'd work. But just wasn't feeling it, man. So going up to the top, exactly the same. Just chaos, too much going on. So there were some nice images there, but I'm not keeping them. I'm going to delete them all. It's just no wow factor there at all. But anyway, had a lot of fun, enjoyed it. Now, there was a few things I was testing out with this walk as well. Being a 3-hour walk, quite steep going up and then quite steep going back down the other side. Testing out my body. Could it cope with really long hikes? And I was quite impressed with myself. I found that the grade 4 level there was quite easy for me. So I was quite impressed with my recovery rate from climbing up steep terrain, stopping, very quick, probably better than I've ever been. And I'll put it down to a lot of it being cutting out sugar and processed foods in my diet. Give it a go, you'll notice a massive difference. So yeah, I was really happy with my body as far as my legs go. Towards the end there, I felt, they could do with a lot more conditioning, so I need to do a lot more walking in those sort of environments, and that's what I want to do for the rest of the year. And when we come up to October, I'm hoping that I can go on solo or with someone, if that happens, but it'll probably be solo, up at Mount Buller doing a historical hut circuit. It's 93 k's. It's grade 5, take me 7 to 8 days. The first 2 days are 9 and then 10 hours. That is a hell of a lot of walking because it's so steep. And I believe there's a bit of handheld stuff as well, lots of boulders and stuff to get around. So it's a tough walk, one I need to research really, really well. Make sure before I go, I've got it set in my head. Because there's no trail markers, not many anyway. So that's into the future. So I'm happy with my body. Legs need a lot of work. The other thing was my new backpack, the Osprey. I've checked that out at Wilson's Prom. Quite happy with it, but I needed to test it out a lot better. So I had 11 kilos in it with camera gear and bits and pieces. The reason why I bought it for was everyone was saying how comfortable it was, and it was awesomely comfortable. I hardly felt it on my back, even right to the end. I need to check it out with a much heavier pack, get up to 20 kilos, 25 kilos, because that's what it'll be going on those 7-day hikes. Upwards of that, maybe a bit more. So the next one was, testing out what it's like with the Osmo. I've been using it for ages now, but to really test it out on a longer hike like that, a 3-hour hike, bloody awesome. Not carrying a tripod and a camera on my shoulder the whole way. It's awkward, it's heavy, and when I've done 3 and 4 day hikes, towards the end of the day, my arm would start getting numb for holding it like that, and my shoulder muscles get really sore, especially in my neck. That's not happening with this, that is for sure, and I'm using it a lot more, so a lot more B-roll, those sort of things. So versatile. It's awesome, and for going on that big circuit, this is a must. The quality on these is down, of course, on what I'm using right now, XF400, but it's great for blogging, because that's all I'm using it for, really. It's blogging and a little bit for wildlife, shoving it into logs under bark and things like that for professional use as well. So it's good enough, but being versatile, that is what we need. I just hold it in my hand like that and I don't even notice it, and put it up here, and I've got a little strap thing that I put it into on my backpack, hands free. I'm not getting trouble with my arms anymore, and my neck's going to be awesomely comfortable at the end of the days, that is for sure. All right, so that's enough of talking about the trip and all that. It's been awesome, quite enjoyed it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down in the bottom right hand corner of this screen. Click on the bell, you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. If you'd like to go and have a look at my channel, look at all the other amazing things I've done over the years, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take it to my channel. There's over 100 videos to choose from there. I talk about photographing and filming in a forest environment, buy cameras and camera accessories, so do reviews on them, give you my honest opinion on them. There'll be one coming on this very soon, a very detailed one. And of course, go out hiking, do little documentaries of my trips, and I'll go on holidays and do the same thing. So go and have a browse. There'll be something there of interest to you, I am sure. And just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife. And if you live in another country at the minute, it's all right in Australia. We've got a little bit of freedom. This is awesome. I know you overseas, England, America, all in lockdown still. Hopefully it'll come to you very soon where you can get out and take your camera gear out. So in that case, I wish you well that it comes quickly. But if you can't, just go for a walk out in nature. Listen to the birds chirping. Chill out, and I'll catch you on the next one.